she drafted this bill, AB495, which is the Family Emergency Preparedness Act bill, which is a euphemism for really the kidnappers, a license to kidnap and human traffic children, giving, like I just said, human traffickers, kidnappers, pedophiles, predators, a license, easier access, more direct access to children to remove them from school and then give them, whether it's drugs, therapy, surgeries, to medicalize them, radicalize them, and remove them from their parents' homes and then erase them from the public sphere, from the face of the planet, really, to be honest.
Joining me now is one of America's best attorneys, Nicole Pearson of factslawtruthjustice.com. I'll say it again, facts, F-A-C-T-S. In fact, I'll just show you the website, factslawtruthjustice.com. You guys know we've been tracking that bill in California, AB495. Where is it at? We had Jack Hibbs on about it. We've had Nicole on about it. We've had others on about it. Where is that bill? Because again, don't fool yourself, folks. Gavin Newsom's running for president. All right? Not to mention, even if he doesn't, this bill's horrific for people in California, but your kid could be taken from the state you're in now, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, and taken to California. And within about 6 weeks, their name is changed, and the government of California is helping hide them out from you or their parents. She joins us now. Nicole, welcome back to the broadcast. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being with us. Give us the latest, please, on this horrific bill.
Well, we have some really, really good updates. There's a lot of movement happening in California. I haven't been able to say this to you in a while. We defeated AB84 that would have closed down charter and homeschool. So that's huge. We completely defeated it. The bill has been pulled.
And we just stop right there. It would have shut down homeschoolers.
Yep, just parental parents' constitutional rights to direct the upbringing, care, and education of their children under full frontal assault in California, but we were able to shut it down. So that bill has been pulled. We are very grateful. And AB 495 has been amended several times already by the author. So the bill is not perfect. It still needs to be killed. We need it to be pulled completely. But these amendments are significant for two reasons, which we can get into in a second.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
By the way, is there anything going on with you that we should know about? Are you personally under attack?
I'm always under attack. I'm in trial, and it's worse. It's, these cases are not normal cases. When you sue the government and you're in a government court suing government entities and agents, then things are dicey to say the least. But,
is there any more you can say about that? Are they coming after you?
Probably not.
Are they coming after you?
Probably not at this point.
Okay. So I guess my question would be, and you don't have to answer, are they coming after you professionally or personally or both?
So far, just professionally.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know that some attorneys and again, I won't dig too deep here, but attorneys that start speaking up, they start going after their law license and all kinds of stuff, and it's all of a sudden just nuts, right? And so obviously pray and support Nicole. By the way, your organization, you are a listener-supported, donor-supported organization, correct?
I am.
So folks, you can do that at factslawtruthjustice.com. We don't raise a lot of money for a lot of other people because we got our own bills here, but she is doing some very, very important work, so I don't mind saying that. If you can do a little donation over there with her, factslawtruthjustice.com. I would urge you to do it because the proof is in the pudding and what she's been doing and fighting and the results. So it's not like some of these groups, they're great fundraisers talking about what's happening, but you're like, did they really do it or did someone else do it? They're raising money on someone else's work because that happens.
No, we're doing the work.
They're doing the work.
We are doing the work.
They are doing the work.
We're doing the work and the work is working. So that's good.
That's
we
excellent.
appreciate the support.
Yeah, factslawtruthjustice.com. Okay, tell me the good news on AB 495 and how it's basically being diluted. Tell me about it.
Right. So Assembly Bill 495 is a bill written by Assemblywoman Celeste Rodriguez. She's a new Assemblywoman and up in Los Angeles County. She's Latina. She represents a lot of Latino immigrant communities. And despite this, she drafted this bill, AB 495, which is the Family Emergency Preparedness Act bill, which is a euphemism for really the kidnappers, a license to kidnap and human traffic children. And the bill takes what's an existing legal document and then expanded the number and the types of individuals who could use what's called a caretaker's authorization affidavit to enroll children, enroll them and unenroll them out of school and authorize medical care for these children. And when you look at this bill in the context of everything that's been coming down the pipeline in California in the last 5-10 years, you just see how this is the perfect progression to now giving, like I just said, human traffickers, kidnappers, pedophiles, predators, a license, easier access, more direct access to children to remove them from school and then give them, whether it's drugs, therapy, surgeries, to medicalize them, radicalize them, and remove them from their parents' homes and then erase them from the public sphere, from the face of the planet, really, to be honest.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's not dead yet.
No, it's not.
So could they throw in things and reverse some of the changes or come back or put in a piece of it, a little bit of pieces in this bill and then come back with something else? So you're basically building a train through the construction of the pieces of legislation. Are you concerned with that? They're just going to break it up and build it piece by piece in different bills?
Yeah, I'm already concerned about it because the bill is completely unnecessary. As I mentioned, the caretaker's authorization affidavit already exists. There are already tools in place for undocumented immigrant parents. Remember, this bill was presented under the guise of a vehicle for helping undocumented immigrant parents plan in the case of an emergency if they're detained by ICE. But we already have legal resources and programs and documents in place for any parent to use and to create a plan in case of an emergency, whether they're detained, whether they're hospitalized, whether they pass away. These already exist. And so AB 495 is exceptionally dangerous because it takes these existing tools and resources and expands them. But we're lucky because of our efforts, your efforts, amplifying our efforts, our work that's working, the Assemblywoman has removed two things that were really dangerous. Number one, it removed the language throughout the bill that says no parental signature required, which was huge. And number two, it took out that term that you and I discussed last time, non-relative extended family member. Remember, a non-relative extended family member is not a family member, number one. And number two, the Assemblywoman had gone on to actually define that as including teachers, medical professionals, family, friends, and neighbors, among others. So it was a very dangerous bill. It was adding in a new term that included these individuals who are not family members, who could essentially be strangers, and give them authority to use the affidavit to, again, enroll or unenroll your child from school and authorize medical services at that school of their choosing.
All right. So the good news is people worked. There was rallies. You did your work. Other folks from around the country watching this broadcast called. So there's good news, but vigilance is necessary. Now, do you believe that, like I do, that Gavin Newsom is definitely running for president?
Yes.
And what kind of president do you think he will be based on his term as governor?
I mean, I can't even imagine that it's going to happen, but obviously we know that the elections are rigged. We know that crazier things have happened. I think there's a pretty strong opposition here in California. If people have been watching Spencer Pratt, who's been on the attacking Gavin Newsom and Mayor Bass on their response to the fires, the Palisades fires, there is a very public, very forceful offense against that possibility. But again, when you're dealing with the big them, you never know what can happen. It would be horrible. It would just be socialism. I don't even know if that's what it would be. It would just be, I mean, you should see the homelessness, the drug abuse, the open border that we have here. It's a sanctuary state for sexual reproductive health care, for gender affirming care. I mean, Gavin Newsom has repeatedly declared war on the U.S. Constitution, on the lawful orders and laws of other states. You and I have talked about that before. He says in California, we do not care about the laws of Texas or Tennessee or Kansas, whatever the state may be. If you have a child support order or custody order and your kid is here to receive gender affirming healthcare, even if your child's been kidnapped, we don't care. So, I mean, it's funny, no kings, right? He has acted like a king. He has treated us like peasants. He has stolen from us. I mean, honestly, he's murdered some of our family members and children and incapacitated them, stolen our property, stolen our rights, tried to steal them. That's what our work comes in. I shudder to think what would happen if Gavin Newsom became president of the country.
It would be a full-on assault of a communist assault. And of course, I think it's Gordon Chang that said on this broadcast that Gavin Newsom is the CCC candidate for 2028. So you can expect a full Marxist frontal assault on everything we hold dear, parental authority, private property, and the like, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen that happening. He's been signing bills into law that basically criminalize parents. We live in a country where everyone, regardless of status, everyone, regardless of citizenship, etc., you know what I'm referring to here, they're presumed innocent until proven guilty, even if they have a criminal record. They're given this massive leg up, this presumption of innocence. But if you're a parent who, for example, wants to be involved and know if your child is suffering from mental health issues, Gavin Newsom, with his cronies, the Attorney General Rob Bonta, and with the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Tony Thurmond, have actually sued parents and school districts who have attempted to include parents and pass policies that ensure that parents are notified if their children are struggling in school, to ensure that teachers cannot keep secrets from parents. I'm referring specifically to AB 1955. I'm referring to AB, which they signed into law, which made it legal for for teachers in California to keep secrets from parents. I'm referring also to AB 1314, which is former Assemblyman Bill Azalea's bill that was going to do the opposite of that, require teachers to tell parents when their children are suffering from mental health issues. Gavin and his cronies, again, they allowed that bill to be shut down. It was never even given a hearing. And then where there are school districts like Temecula Valley or Chino Valley Unified School District who've been passing policies to protect children and keep their parents involved in the loop, they've sued those school districts. So it's very clear. The writing is on the wall, and it is 100% Marxist. They want the children out of the homes. They want them to have secret conversations and clubs and groups and residential shelters with strangers who are groomers, who are saying inappropriate things to them that their parents would not otherwise consent to, which is inappropriate for their age or demographic or, cognitive levels of development, etc. And they protect those individuals. And again, they criminalize parents. We are behind the eight ball in California. They presume that we are abusive murderers of our children and that we will kick them out of the house just because we want to keep them close, know what's going on, and be involved when they're making important decisions about the rest of their lives.
And yet this guy, folks, is on the very short list to run for president. And you're getting a firsthand report for from someone who is literally on the front line in California, opposing his philosophies, his ideas, his worldview, his tyrannical bills and legislation that you just heard. So Americans, wake up, be aware, and of course, we've got to secure elections, good, clean elections. And again, there's so many things that President Trump is doing that I do agree with, and he's right. We've got to get rid of these machines. We've got to go to paper, or you will see them pick whoever they want. They will just get away with it. They'll pick whoever they want and get away with it.
Totally. I totally agree. I mean, I can't remember what country it was, but if we can do it. We can do the paper, same day voting, voter ID, go in person.
Millions of votes count in one day.
Yes, exactly. We can do it. We can certainly do it. It's on purpose. And they do it to steal these elections, both sides. I'm sure you're familiar, I'm sure you've spoken about it on the show. The Dominion voting machines were actually a Republican vehicle to steal the first election. So this is not a partisan issue. This is an us versus them. This is the common folk, we the people against them. It's a globalist agenda, and they want to take down our country. They cannot. Our country hopefully still is clinging to the remaining vestiges of being a superpower. But how are they going to take down the strongest country in the world? They're going to do it internally. They're going to fracture us from the inside, weaken the infrastructure, pit us against one another, have our children, have us fighting with our children at home, in their schools, then at work, fighting for your job, whether it's mandates, whatever the case may be, and then obviously your neighbors, and then politics. So that they're doing that. That's the design, the plan. That's what they're doing. But I really want to end this interview. I know I'm dominating with just hope, because killing Assembly Bill 884, which is Al Marzouchi's bill, which is really the CTA, the California Teachers Association bill, which is one of the biggest lobbying groups in the entire country. We killed that bill. We got together and we killed that bill. AB 495 is a human trafficker's it's a dream come true. This bill, she hasn't said anything. The Assemblywoman isn't announcing her amendments. She's sneaking them through at 12:01 a.m. on a Friday, hoping nobody sees them. But she is doing exactly what we have asked her to do, which is take out those ridiculous terms, take out the beacon call to traffickers. Parents are not required to sign this. Parents are not required to sign this. She is amending the bill. She is doing what we're saying. The bill needs to be pulled. We'll continue to do that. I invite Miss Celeste Rodriguez to a debate about this bill. We should do it on your show. I would love to talk to her about this bill. Let's do it. I've offered her my services free of charge to help come up with a bill that actually protects vulnerable children who are most susceptible to trafficking and abuse. This bill is not it. It's on its way. And now we have an additional juncture at which we can kill this bill, because if you guys well, that's another story, but it needs to pass through the Senate. And if it passes through the Senate, because it's been amended after it was voted out of the Assembly, it has to go back to the Assembly for a vote. So she's done us a lot of favors. We have more time, but we still need to keep the pressure up, calling our senators, calling our Assembly members, telling them to vote no on AB 495. And we can do it. I'm very confident we can do it.
So there is hope. And I want you guys to be encouraged tonight, because you've done a great job. And one of the leaders of this movement there in California and America, because this affects all of us, is Nicole Pearson, and she's worthy of your support. And she has not asked me to say this. I'm saying it because I've been watching her now for a few years, and she's doing great work herself. FactsLawTruthJustice.com, FactsLawTruthJustice.com. We would gladly moderate, host any kind of debate or just a friendly conversation. Please let the lawmaker know she's welcome here. But anytime that there's something you need to let folks know, let us know. You're welcome here anytime. And on behalf of all of our listeners, thank you for all you're doing at your law firm.
Thank you, Brennan. Thank you guys for everything you do. Wouldn't be here without you, honestly.
And there it is, FactsLawTruthJustice.com, folks. Nicole Pearson checking in tonight. Some good news, but we got to keep it going. We got to keep making people aware of what's happening. Cannot, let up. And we got to watch this guy, Gavin Newsom. We really need to be making our family and friends aware of what he's been doing in California. Because you wait until they roll out the PR campaign, the slick interviews. Wait until Sean Hannity starts interviewing him. And he's already done it, I think. Wait till those interviews start heating up. And they try to make him look to be some moderate. And they bury all of this that's known to the folks in California that the average American doesn't know. They don't. Because a lot of Americans, they don't watch this show. They do not engage in programs like this daily. And so many of them are going to only believe what is presented to them by the mainstream corporate media about Gavin Newsom. So it's very important you become very aware of this man and his worldview, and can share with your family and friends what this guy has done. Because I'm pretty confident he's going to be a contender coming up for the 2028 election. So there you go. Thanks, Nicole Pearson. We'll be right back after this short break.
True beauty isn't applied. It's nourished from within. Bella Grace Elixir, a luxurious, scientifically crafted blend designed to restore radiance, vitality, and strength at a cellular level. At the heart of Bella Grace Elixir lies cat's claw, a powerful herb from the Amazon known for its ability to control inflammation and protect collagen. With Verisol collagen peptides, it goes beyond the surface, stimulating your body's natural collagen production to reduce fine lines, improve skin elasticity, and promote real, visible change. Bella Grace Elixir doesn't stop at collagen. It includes astaxanthin, one of nature's most powerful antioxidants, 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C, Astaxanthin protects your skin from harmful UV rays and environmental stress, while locking in hydration and promoting a radiant, youthful glow. Experience the power of nature with Bella Grace Elixir at melissahousebg.com. Discover the science behind Bella Grace Elixir at melissahousebg.com. Read powerful testimonials from doctors and real customers who've experienced life-changing results, and explore other wellness products from Bella Grace. Bella Grace Elixir is more than just a product. It's a solution. Visit melissahousebg.com today.